Good morning, respected elders, dignitaries, friends, family, and supporters of Snuneymuxw. My name is Kalito Tin, and I'm honored to be your MC for today's historic event. First, I'd like to thank Auntie Lolly for opening us up. Good mind, good heart. Was your prayer? Snuneymuxw, we gather here today to celebrate another moment in time when our nation makes history. Today, we make another step as one towards our own sovereignty, moving away from the limitations imposed on us by external governments. Today we gain a repeat towards our own sovereignty. Friends and relatives, I'd like to reintroduce you to Terrence Doyle, who is the President and Chief Development Officer for the Great Canadian Entertainment. Terrence was here in June as we announced the purchase of Casino Nanaimo along with the land which is now part of our sacred village. Before I proceed, Terrence, can you I know you'll be speaking later, but more than 50 years ago, the Snuneymuxw people embraced this strategy as a key step towards economic prosperity. Started off a decade or two ago with the likes of late Chief Robert Thomas. Councillors of the day, Doug White, started this vision, and many others. Chief and councils have recognized the immense value of a Snuneymuxw-owned entities. I'm not going to say the word yet because that's not my role. And we bring forward and have tirelessly pursued this vision led to us by the people I've mentioned previously years. Today we proudly stand on the strong foundation they built to announce another significant milestone towards our journey towards sovereignty and create our own independence and wealth without always relying on the shortfallings of many governments. At this time, I'd like to call upon Chief Wise to share today's announcement. Can we please have a warm welcome for Chief Wise? Hi, Sepka.
Haichka, brother. Siamna Spolmoch. Siamna Sol Juan. Esteemed guests, British Columbia Lottery Corporation and Great Canadian Entertainment, thank you all for taking the time to be with us today. Thank you, Darren, brother, for being our voice. Haiche with my brother Bill for taking on the role as MC again. To our auntie for opening us up in a special way today. Haitzapka. Today, we honor our past, our present, and our future. And we are armed with a clear vision for tomorrow. Our Snuneymuxw vision is full of bold decisions, making and decisive actions that unlock our economic potential, but also equips us to build a strong nation, one that is resilient and responsive to improving the lives of our Snuneymuxw people. With Terrence and Great Canadian Entertainment, I am excited to announce that we are signing an agreement for Snuneymuxw First Nation to purchase Elements Casino in Victoria. This acquisition signals both growth and opportunity for our people and the generations to come. We share this news with you with excitement, happiness, and readiness to optimize this asset with measure and a steady vision. This marks the beginning of another prosperous venture for our nation one that contributes to creating lasting prosperity for both the present and future generations. Thank you all once again for taking the time to be here today. I will call up my brother Squilitzalton to carry on, and that is our announcement and part of the beginning of our day today. So once again, Haitzapka.
Thank you, Chief. We're going to recognize a few folks in the audience this morning. And before we get on to our traditional lunch with Kong. Like to please stand. Ernie Daniels from FNFA, please. Joanne Derrickson, FNFA, if you're in the audience this morning. Marie Noel from BCLC. Marie is acting the chief of casinos today as the chief we called the other day of casinos unable to attend. I think his name was Pat. Chuck Keeling, please stand, please. And can I call out Chuck Keeling, please, to come share a few words, please? Or whoever you guys see fit from your casino world. Okay, thank you.
Trust me, Chuck would have done a much better job at this than me. He's a professional. I am a mere amateur at giving speeches. It really does seem like it was just yesterday that we were here.
Just in there.
Is that better? It does seem like it was just yesterday that we were here announcing Nanaimo, and I can assure you that between June and today, is that better? There, now hold it. Is that better? There we go. As I was saying, it seems like it was just yesterday that we were here in June announcing the Nanaimo transaction, and I can assure you that between June and now, a ton of work has gone into this announcement. So certainly we weren't sitting idly by. We were working hard to make sure we could get here today and announce this as soon as possible. First, I would like to thank Chief Weiss and Council for inviting me here today. I'm truly honored to take part of this, quite honestly, this incredible announcement. I also wanted to give a special thanks to Rod and Ian. I know you're out there. I've seen you running around. There's Rod. Ian is somewhere. The amount of work that's gone in from both Rod and Ian and others on the Great Canadian side over the last few months has been incredible to get us here today. I know originally we had planned that this would take 4 to 5 months to get to the finish line. Erilyn was very clear that she'd like to see that happen sooner rather than later, so I think everybody worked around the clock to make sure that we get this announced as soon as possible. I also wanted to give a thanks to Marie Noel, who's here representing BCLC today. Quite honestly, without the support of BCLC, we couldn't make any of these transactions happen. So thank you, Marie Noel, for showing up and being so supportive of this transaction. With this announcement today, it really is incredible. It does put Snuneymuxw as a significant player in the BC gaming industry with these two acquisitions. And not only is it a great day for Snuneymuxw as far as the acquisitions, I think it also really demonstrates what can happen when commercially minded people put their heads together. Oh, did I die? Puts their head together to really try to find solutions that work for everyone. And in this case, I truly believe that what's been put out here today works for everyone. It works for Great Canadian, works for Snuneymuxw, works for the taxpayers of British Columbia, and we're really excited to be here today. I also wanted to make sure that people know that you have my commitment that as we move forward through the process to close this transaction and to get into the operating of this business, that you have my dedication and my complete support to do everything I can to make sure that the business is successful, not just in the short term, but in the long term. And after being in the industry for 27 years, I can also give you assurance that BCLC is one of the best partners you'll ever partner with running these operations. And I can say with, full wholeheartedness that they will be a great partner as we move forward with operating these businesses into the future. So with that, again, I want to thank everybody for inviting me here today. Really look forward to getting to know everybody a little bit better over the months and years ahead, and really look forward to operating these facilities. Thank you very much, everyone.
At this time, I'd like to proudly call upon Mr. Daniels from FNFA for a few words. Thank you. Can you please have a warm welcome for Mr. Daniels? Thank you.
Good afternoon, morning. Thank you, everybody. Really a pleasure to be here today. I just want to, I'll tell you a little bit about myself first. I originate from the Northwest Territories. I'm Dene Cree from up there. I belong to the Salt River First Nation. So I just want to acknowledge the elder for the prayer, opening this the event in such a good way. So thank you, elder, for that. Acknowledge Chief and Council for all the hard work that you're doing and your community that's really advancing and moving forward economically. It's really important. Shout out to all the elders that are here and all the young people. It's such a great event to bring all people together to share such a momentous occasion. Yeah, it's a real honor for us to the First Nation Finance Authority to be working with Snuneymuxw First Nation and Petrogith, the Development Corporation, on your economic realization journey. The FNFA has been involved with a lot of projects across the country, range from all different types of projects. We've financed a few casinos, some in Alberta and also out east. And we finance a lot of larger resource projects that are happening on the coast here and then throughout Canada. Yeah, so for us, we really like to partner. We're a First Nation driven organization. We're a member-based organization. We have almost 180 First Nations across Canada that work with us. We actually are the best organization for getting the lowest cost of financing for First Nation. We make your job a lot easier. We work with you step by step in the process. And we're really happy to be involved with Nanaimo on these two ventures. We help the community with the Marriott Hotel complex also. So we look forward to working with you in the future. Really happy to be here. I want to acknowledge Donna St. Louis. She's one of my colleague. She's our Associate Director of Member Services with us here today as well. So a shout out to you guys. You guys are doing a wonderful job. Your vision is just really awesome because you're looking for your own self-preservation, your economic development. To me, in my mind, where I come from, my view is the key to self-sufficiency for our nations. Getting away from government is what we need to do, and I think you guys are well on your way to achieving this. You're creating jobs, you're creating opportunities for members, and I really believe that you guys are on the right path, and so congratulations once again. And again, it's a real honor for me to be here, and it's on behalf of our staff, our board of directors, we are really pleased to be partners with you on your economic journey. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Ernie. Thank you, Ernie, and your organization for helping our vision come to reality. I'd like to also acknowledge Mr. Rod Hartman, who helped make this instrumental, and Ian Simpson. You're somewhere. Where's our Ian? Ian, stand up, man. You make this possible, you and Rod. So let's have a round of applause for Ian and Rod in the trenches. Very patient men. Before we call up the chief for a few more words, what's really ironic about today, how the Creator does things, is with your guys' support and vision, and how the Councillor Doug White of the day and the late Robert of the day making all this come to reality, is as we sit here today trying to make a better future for the future generations to come. Literally, we have a federal party in our territory sitting in a center in our territory Well, not once are we probably on their agenda, let alone their conversation in our backyard. So I want to show the contrast of the difference of that government sitting in our backyard with not even no interest in even talking to us. And here we are doing something really positive. It shows the difference of, so I'd like to have a round of applause for our Chief and Council and most of our Snuneymuxw people for not relying on the federal government to get us to the next step. If we waited for them, we would not be convening today. And that comes from everyone that mentioned. So I'd like to respected guests, thank you for being here this morning, but I'd also like to call up Brother Chief Wise. He has a few more comments he'd like to share with our amazing membership. Hi, Sepka. Thanks, Chief.
Haichka, once again, Brother Bill. Wow. Snuneymuxw, Mistimux, San Juan, relatives, esteemed colleagues and friends, your presence brings us strength. We are joined today by the great Canadian entertainment team who has become a part of our family. Great Canadian has heard our vision and our objectives, and they continuously show their mindfulness and collaborative corporate culture that enables Snuneymuxw to continue building a strong and lasting relationship. Snuneymuxw is appreciative to create an understanding partner in the evolving gaming industry, and today is another example of that principled approach. Snuneymuxw, we are listening to you closely and with open ears. Casino acquisitions are one of many priorities that have a transformative effect on our people and help us to achieve what we set out to accomplish in our time. One fact has remained consistent amongst our San Juan past chief and councils and our citizens, and that is for Snuneymuxw to own a casino. Snuneymuxw, Mistimux, you recognize it is a rare and transformative opportunity for our people's long-term economic prosperity. Today we advance our community's vision, driving forward accomplishments and moving on to operating the business in a measured, responsible, and profitable manner. By acquiring this established business with immediate profitability, our people understood how a steady, sustainable cash flow would strengthen our autonomy as a nation and create job opportunities for our people. Snuneymuxw, we know all too well the impacts of colonialism and challenges regarding access to the economy to change the fate of our nation. Often we are constrained with colonial financial structures, but this venture also allows us to reinvest in our community. We all know too often that we require an aggressive action plan to increase Snuneymuxw access to housing so that our people have a place to call home. We know that we must invest in education and employment and training so our young generation has a chance to earn a Western education and come back to help our nation build. We must support the enhancement of health services so that our families have the clinical services and community programs that contribute to building stronger and healthier families. Children and families also require our attention, And with this venture, our council is excited that we may begin to take a good hard look at the evolution of our population. And most importantly, Snuneymuxw be able to say, yes, we can. So often we're made to say that we can't. No, we don't have the budget. That has happened way too many times. Now we're going to have the opportunity to move forward. We announced at an earlier annual general meeting a few months ago with our Tlopquam Trust that our nation is formulating a 10-year economic plan that will elaborate on the economic growth we are set to achieve and how we will reinvest that growth back into our community. Today, we are building on the momentum we started in June with purchasing the Casino Nanaimo. We were offered the rare opportunity to acquire Elements Casino Victoria. After careful due diligence, we understood its great potential and acted swiftly. As we expand and move toward accomplishing other goals, Snuneymuxw is committed to fostering strong relationships with the local communities that our businesses operate within, as well as the local First Nations. We are dedicated to working with the Esquimalt Nation and Songhees in the Lekwungen territory as opportunities arise. Our ancestors embraced the legacy of collaboration and shared prosperity, and we are open to continuing that tradition, building a future of mutual economic well-being with our valued partners. Through the acquisition of Casino Nanaimo and Elements Casino in Victoria, we are unlocking sustainable measured revenue streams that will boost individual member distributions and drive significant investment into regional economies. This milestone would not have been possible without the vision and efforts of our past leaders who cleared the path for us. So grateful for the work that is done, the teachings that came down through our past leaderships, to keep our commitment there to fight harder for our Snuneymuxw people. Their work is foundational, and we express our deepest gratitude for their dedication and hard-earned achievements. Today, we honor building a future of economic well-being for our people. Snuneymuxw will continue on a shared path, breathing life into our Snuneymuxw Tsarlakan Treaty of 1854 and our ancestral vision by honoring the knowledge that weaves us together. We look forward to closing this definitive agreement and realizing another collective goal. This is our legacy and our responsibility. So today, I bring you this wonderful news of our growth, but also the collective vision that our Saul Juan had. But to bring to you today, 50 years later, that we own our own casinos that are going to help us tremendous. So I really want to thank you all once again for taking the time to come and listen to this wonderful news that is going to help our people tremendous. So on behalf of our leadership, all of the hard work from our team, our legal team, our finance team, Yotquampton. 5 years ago, I asked our brother to come home and work with us. He's come home with an open mind, an open heart, and achieved a lot. Great man, great team player, sees the vision of our Snuneymuxw and our needs. So once again, I want to thank you all very much on behalf of our leadership and our team. VITV.ca.
Chief, before you sit down, one more announcement, please. Thank you.
Here we go.
Who's that with?
BCLC and BCLC.
Auckland? There's two of them.
Yeah.
This day is full of announcements, but they're good announcements. As I turn the page, I needed to share this wonderful news today with you all. Earlier today, our partners at BC Housing made an announcement that marks a big moment in our housing work. We are addressing a long-standing on-reserve housing shortage with a major housing initiative. In May 2024, Snuneymuxw submitted 2 housing proposals to the BC Housing Indigenous Housing Fund valued at $47 million. I'm happy to announce today that both applications were approved. For a combined total of 58 new affordable rental units. These 2 projects have been fast-tracked and will be ready for tenants in approximately 2 years. All $47 million will be coming from the province through a BC Housing grant, plus associated planning budget and an ongoing operating budget. The first project will bring 15 new rental units to our community, while the second will add another 43. Both projects will be located on the Gordon roadside of IR4. More information can be found on our website, and a notice will be distributed to community this afternoon. Our primary focus is on ensuring affordable housing options are available for all our people, so we can welcome more Snuneymuxw home and thrive here together as the ancestors intended. This housing announcement, coupled with the exciting news of our second casino, marks a transformative time for Snuneymuxw. Together, these initiatives represent new opportunities and sustainable growth for our nation. Haitsapka.
Thank you, Chief. Before we proceed on with lunch, which everyone's waiting patiently, on behalf of Chief and Council, we'd like to thank the province of BC for this latest announcement. And also, it doesn't happen by coincidence. As you can imagine, there's a lineup score we need in these units. So we'd like to thank Chief and team for creating a really positive relationships with the province, Premier Eby for supporting us, but also our friend and our MLA, Sheila Malcolmson, who probably had a hand in the pie to help this happen. So Sheila, can you come say a few brief words, please? Thank you. It's a warm welcome for Sheila.
Chief Wise, thank you so much for articulating so well why this is important to do. Honored to be with you today on Snuneymuxw territory. Really honored to be a Nanaimo and Snuneymuxw's voice in the BC legislature, of work that I feel I've been really trained, Chief Wise, by you and your team to do. I want everybody to know here, BC Housing, as the Crown agency for province of BC and the work that Premier David Eby has asked us to do, the only nation with which BC Housing has a memorandum of agreement is Snuneymuxw First Nation, the only one, right? And that's because Snuneymuxw is such a good partner. We see this in every way: the health center, the school, the work to bring the land back, the Sacred Village site back right downtown, the work of how the elders support the chief and how the chief supports the community. We see this across British Columbia. It's not only because Doug White III, the former Snuneymuxw chief, is the advisor to Premier Eby. That's not the only reason. It's because I love to tell stories about Snuneymuxw, and this is a hard time. So many people in the province are under so much pressure. We need to have good stories about how when we work together we make it through. So that is how we got together to this good news today, that at a time when we are building affordable housing across the entire province. The work that Snuneymuxw has already done to work with our government to build shelter housing, transition housing for women fleeing gender-based violence, that's already happened here by working together. It's that track record and the chief's vision of the work that Snuneymuxw does together to actually make change on the ground, to make lives better for people. That's why we work together with you, and we're honored to. And I'm so fortunate to be Snuneymuxw's friend. Thank you, Chief.
Awesome. Thank you, Sheila. Respected guests, Southland, Snuneymuxw people, thank you for being here this morning and help us and support us in this rewarding economic journey. On behalf of Chief Wise, Council, and all who helped us make this moment happen, Hi Sepka, we lift our hands up to you. We're going to call, if there's any staff from Snuneymuxw, can you please serve the Southland in the audience, please? And we're going to have, the signing, sorry. And, okay, I'll get to lunch in a minute. We're going to have a signing, please, for Terrence and Chief. It's not on here, Andrew. You and Eli. Eli. And then who's that for? Gina. Perfect.
Gentlemen, could you look here, please? Cameras one at a time.
Terrence.
And Marino.
Over here. Yeah.
And then my turn.
Yep. Okay, great.
So look at me.
Right here. Wow. Thank you.
Okay, ready? Okay, we can move on to the gift.
Okay, what's her name?
This one's Terrence.
Terrence and Noel, Marie Noel, we're going to gift you two fine folks with a gift, please.
Council.
Right there, guys. Snuneymuxw backdrop, please.
Good photo. Oh, Aisha.
All right, let's have lunch. So we're gonna have 2 lanes going on each side of the buffet, please. Can staff please serve the elders?
Sorry, Chief, let's start it off with what a momentous day this is and what this means for the nation.
Well, very exciting day for our community. Thank all the team that's made this day happen and come together. You know, we're excited to take on this new initiative as a community, as a nation, to work with Great Canadian and make this come to life. You know, this is going to give us a lot of opportunity to provide that much needed service for our people and our membership that you know, maybe struggled over the years, but we're going to have that opportunity to help them now in a more, you know, better way to, you know, help them get through life a lot easier. So, you know, we're excited. We're very thankful, very happy today.
What does owning the casino in practical terms mean for the financials for the everyday resident?
Yeah, well, you know, to begin with, you know, we've always relied on government funding to get us through. So now we're going to be able to look at opportunities here to support even better and sooner. You know, a lot of the times over the years we've had to say, you know, no, we don't have the budget to support. Now we do. Now we will. So we're very happy that's going to happen.
And so you just signed the agreement. Do you take ownership effective immediately?
It's I think we're a bit away, but I think we're on the right track and things are moving along well.
Yeah, things are moving incredibly well. There's a process that you have to go through to close the transaction, which really comes around regulatory approvals that are done by BCLC and GPEB, the Gaming Policy and Enforcement Branch, and that work is well underway with Snuneymuxw to get that done as soon as possible.
What's the timeline looking like?
Well, I'd love to say it's tomorrow, but that stuff does take work. The regulators are very busy and they work really well with us, but it's probably a good 4 or 5, 6 months by the time we get all those regulatory approvals in place and actually hand over the operation of the casinos.
How much is the nation expecting to make a year through the casino?
Yeah, those numbers are being worked out, but right today we don't know an exact number, but I know it's going to be a number that's going to help tremendous right away.
How much did the nation purchase for? Is that allowed to be disclosed at this present time?
The number to purchase, yeah, we're not sharing that right now.
What about the financing of it? Like,
Yeah.
how it was financed?
Yeah, so we went through First Nations Financial Authority. They help a lot of First Nations across the land, and we work with them, and they've been very supportive. So we've got a good partner there.
So it was a loan?
Yeah.
And I'm not familiar. What is the interest rate that the nation's going to have to pay on that loan?
Yeah, it's lower than the bank.
And it's through the First Nations Financial Authority?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I guess, is there any like challenges that you foresee that you might have to overcome, like operating a casino outside of your territory down in Victoria?
Well, we've reached out, and we're going to continue reaching out, and the door is always open to work with them, with our neighbors and our relatives down south. So we'll be proceeding to connect and work with them on this new initiative.
Okay, so do you foresee like a formal partnership with the nations?
Absolutely.
What has been the reaction of your partners and of your neighbors down at this
Well, this moved so fast. This moved so fast, you know, with I want to say a couple months, and we're here today. So we were here with you in June, and now we're here again with you in September. So, you know, that time flew by. A lot of communities are busy right now, so we will connect, and we'll look at that when the time comes.
You mentioned there will be staffing opportunities, employment opportunities for Snuneymuxw members. What does that look like, and will members have to sort of move closer to the casino, or would it be a daily commute? What would that look like?
Well, we have casino in Nanaimo, but prior to that, you know, we're going to have to train our people to be able to work in casinos. So that will take some time, and we'll be putting that out to our membership. If they would like that line of work, then this is what you need to do to get educated to work in a casino.
Do you foresee possible future acquisitions in the gaming industry?
Well, I want to say anything's possible. Yeah, anything's possible.
And for the casino here in Nanaimo, I think it's a pretty significant part of downtown real estate. What are your plans for that, like that land, like your future development or redevelopment plans?
Well, with a business like that, you need parking. Yeah, so we're not looking at immediate development down at Casino Nanaimo. We want to run that and keep the doors open there.
How does it feel making, the casino announcement and then a housing announcement on the same day?
Yeah.
I mean, it's millions of dollars.
No, it's couldn't come at a better time. Our people are struggling. They need housing too. So, with this announcement today, it couldn't come at a better time. And we're very, very excited that this work is going to start as well.
So on the housing front, are these two apartment complexes?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, both of you.
Thank you. Right on.
Good job.
You hungry?
I am.
Yeah, I'm
Release
hungry.
about the housing today?
Pardon me?
Was there a provincial news release about the housing?
Was there a provincial announcement on the housing? Yes.
Okay,
So
great.
Andrew would know.
Sir, do you have a copy,
They both
perhaps?
went out at once.
Yeah, I can send it to you sometime.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a website.
The public release and then the other announcement about the 58 units went out at once.
Okay, great.
Already, do the say and spell.
Sheila Malcolmson, SHEILA-MALCOLMSON, member of the legislature for Nanaimo.
Tell us, how long you've been working with Snuneymuxw and the fact that today has come about with two momentous announcements.
Super proud of Snuneymuxw and Chief Wise for their leadership and for continuing to push on what's good for their people and good for the whole community. There's a couple of Nanaimo City Councillors here today that were so happy to hear about 59 new homes that we're going to build together. I've been working with Snuneymuxw since 2002 when I was very first elected, and the relationships and friendships are really part of what gets us to a day like today. There's so much pressure for more affordable housing investments across British Columbia. We've already opened 1,000 affordable housing units in Nanaimo alone, but they've filled in a second. So we need to build more. Snuneymuxw is a good partner, and that today we've announced another 59 is really good news for everybody.
And the casino announcement, that's what started it all off.
Right. Yeah. Snuneymuxw takes full credit for both of the casino purchases that they've done. There isn't a provincial hand in this other than us being the regulator to make sure that everything's going to work well. But full credit to Chief Wise and his team. And today's announcement was definitely a surprise, coming so soon after the purchase of the great Canadian casino in Nanaimo.
It seemed like it was very surprising to the members here and to the nation itself. What more can the nation do? I mean, it seems like they're starting to check all the boxes and things are starting to really come together.
For Snuneymuxw to be a leader in building affordable housing, for them to have built recently their own health center, for them to be the first place I'm aware of that in partnership with a school district, they built a school district school, but on reserve. It just is a real compliment to the nation for how well they partner with others. It comes right back to the leadership of the late Chief Viola Wise, who signed friendship agreements with so many of the agencies, Vancouver Island University, the city, the regional district, the Islands Trust, the school district, and that relationship building has manifested in real changes on the ground for people that make life better for everybody.
As far as, contributions to the community, it seems like Snuneymuxw's giving back to the community by taking the burden of housing off the city and putting it within their own nation. Do you see this as kind of like a benchmark for other nations to, move forward and help their own people?
Snuneymuxw is such a good partner for us as a province that they're the only nation that has a memorandum of understanding with BC Housing. So that was something that the Chief and Premier Eby signed together about 2 years ago, and then we just keep implementing it. So it is a model for others. We recognize each other's jurisdiction, we lay down the terms of our relationship and how we'll work together, and then our respective staff members go ahead on implementing it. And then an MLA like me advocates really hard to the Finance Minister for the funding that actually lets those plans turn into reality like we have today.
How is this going to lift up and impact the community?
Snuneymuxw, it's always been said, has got, for the size of its population, the smallest reserve in BC. And that's meant that a lot of people live away from home in Seattle and Vancouver and Victoria. So as the Chief said today, more people are going to be able to come home, but also the housing that is not safe or healthy for people, will be able to take that pressure off. The nation will be able to then have that time to be able to do some renos or upgrades on some of the existing housing, because they'll have moved people into a new, modern, appropriate build that's up to all the current health and safety standards.
What more can we look forward to from both the province and the federal partners for Snuneymuxw and other island nations?
Federal government, I would say, during my time as Member of Parliament and also what I see now, has been slow to the table on a lot of things. We're still waiting for them to implement commitments that they've made to Snuneymuxw and to the community. And so for the BC NDP provincial government, we've just moved ahead and we're just taking action, working directly with Snuneymuxw, not waiting for the feds. It would be great if they show up and honor their commitments, but we're just working hard here at home on education, on childcare, on health, on housing, on marine protection. We're doing all those things together with Snuneymuxw. It's the right thing to do and it benefits everybody in Nanaimo.
Anything else?
No. Well, save your battery.
Yeah.
You're fine.